Cat's here today. Jason, he's one of our IT guys. He's going to be doing the Q&A today, so he's going to be answering the questions. So I'll give Jason a rundown on how this goes. We don't answer any what's the best of question, and we don't answer any questions about stuff that's obviously off-road specific, but that's it. Cats had a big loss on Saturday. Burnett was at the game. Were you at the game?
I worked the game.
Did you work the game? Yeah. So that was a bad deal. So I probably retract all of my earlier thinking of what the Cats' record this year is going to be. I'm not saying 9-3 anymore. We're going to be like a 6-6 or maybe a 5-7 situation. So I guess that's enough about Kentucky football. Let's go with questions. Haven't got any yet. None.
Maybe there are people texting you questions.
That's exactly right. That's what it sounds like. It takes a little while too for everybody to get in the room and whatnot.
How you feel about that Florida game? Let's go with that question.
Okay, that's a good question. Let's talk sports. That's actually what I'd rather talk about anyway. So
NFL starts tonight too.
Yeah, NFL starts tonight too. Right now, I'm missing my fantasy draft with my buddies at Holder Down Performance. I'm in Holder Down's draft league, but I couldn't do the draft because I was getting ready for Q&A. So sorry to Holder Down. I hope we win at Florida, but I don't think that we can. I just don't see it happening. I mean, if they come out and they play like they did in the first half, we're going to be competitive. You know, I think that we're going to give Florida a run for their money. Then it's just Florida's defense is going to be. It's going to be rough. It's going to be rough. What everybody do for Labor Day weekend? Anything? If I saw anybody at Shide, thank you for coming up to the booth and talking to us. We appreciate it. Got to meet a lot of great people. Always do. Shide is a really, really good event. It's turned into being a really, really good event. So they cleaned it up just a little bit, and kudos to Shide for that. What else is going on this week? Alligators got their hunting for horsepower. They're hunting for horsepower events, so good luck to them with that. I know how Dino Day, ours is creeping up too, so I know that's a hectic week for everybody involved. So good luck to you guys for sure on your event. And safe travels to everybody heading out to Idaho for that. That's it. Questions yet?
John Wesley said he finished a 5-inch exhaust, 6-dot blower over the weekend.
Oh yeah, Josh did.
Yes, sir.
He was at the shop last week. I saw he sent a Snapchat. I didn't even see him. He should have hollered at us. I had no idea he was there. Josh, you come up and just holler next time you're here at the shop. Bubba from Tennessee. We sent Bubba a hat last week. I'll tell you what I need to do.
That's 68 RFE for the money or rebuild package.
Either way. So we offer both ways. We offer full rebuild packages. Suncoast is a really good one. All of them are good ones. ATS is a good one too. Suncoast is a good one. They do the Mega Trans. That's a nice package. I've got it both ways. If you don't have a guy that you feel comfortable with building 60 RFE because it's a little bit more of a technical transmission, go ahead and do the full drop in. I actually suggest do the full drop in right out of the gate. I think you'd be more happy with that. We're going to give something away today, too. Woo. I don't know what it is. What's Hannah's extension? Or not Hannah. What is Robin's extension? You know Robbie's?
No.
What's Hunter's? Hunter, what's your extension? I know you're watching this.
Warner.
Questions?
Nope.
Hey, run back there in the conference room and against the far wall, right hand side, there's all those rock slide bags. Grab me one of them rock slide bags and bring it down, would you please, sir? Thank you, man.
Well, at least he didn't cuss there. That's it.
Well, that's pretty good. Sometimes we cuss on Periscope, so it'll happen. It will happen. Hopefully not today, though. You sure we ain't got any questions, Picasso?
Got some now.
All right, let's hear it.
What clutch should I go with for a 01 3500 59 Cummins?
5.9 Cummins.
Or 5.9, sorry.
Yeah. It's all going to depend on what you're going to want to do with the truck. Hello.
Hunter's on his way.
Thank you. See, it's all going to depend on what you're going to do with the truck. If you're going to be doing quite a bit of towing and you're pretty much a stock truck, no performance modifications, you can definitely get away with a single disc. Upgraded single disc would be really, really good for you. If you're going to be doing a little bit of drag racing and your higher horsepower, thanks sir, appreciate it. Your higher horsepower, I would suggest going with a dual disc clutch, street dual disc if you're just doing drag racing and whatnot. If you're going to be hooking to a sled, you're going to want to do full competition clutch. What clutch I go with? 1. 2006 Dodge with a G56 transmission. I put Mobile Delvac synthetic oil in. My question is, can I put that same oil in my transfer case? You probably can. You're not going to want to do that. I can't advise you to put Mobile Delvac in it. If your transfer case calls for ATF, which a lot of them do now, which is awful, stay with the ATF. I just can't advise you to put the Mobile Delvac in there to go against what your manufacturer's saying. I think I've got this.
You the man, Wade.
I'm the man. That last one, that 06 Dodge, that was the last question we had, wasn't it?
Incorrect.
Incorrect? There's a new one?
Got 3 more. Got a couple more above that, I believe. Who was it from? Kyle asks, I want to put a diesel in a Dodge Dakota.
What engine would you suggest? 4BT, probably for the size of the size of the engine compartment. You'd want to go with a 4BT. A lot of 4BT options out there. Try to find a bread truck. I know that's old cliche, but old Chevrolet bread trucks have the 4BTs in them. You can probably do that the easiest. Do I need a sump on an 0659 for a fast 150? Heard you need it, heard you don't. Help. 06 is going to have a pump in the tank, definitely. So if you're not wanting to do the draw straw, go ahead and go with the sump. The sump is going to be probably the easiest option for you as far as installation goes. That's probably going to be the easiest out that you get on it. Draw straw is always good. Nothing wrong with doing the draw straw, but putting the sump in is definitely going to be a little bit easier for you. So maybe stay with the sump.
Show them their gift?
Yeah. Well, show them at the end of it, I guess.
Gotcha. Oh, I got some few.
What is a good upgrade turbo with the old 4.5 Cummins? Just depending on that's just depending on what you want to do. It depends on what you want to do as far as what you're doing with the truck. It always is relative to what you're going to do. If you're going to do, I tell people this all the time, if you're wanting to stay less than 600 horsepower, you're going to want to try to do 62 millimeter charger. Good street charger is kind of the way you're set up there. Something with a T3 foot. Anything above that, you're going to want to move into 62 and above chargers. You're going to want to match the profile of what fueling upgrades that you've got done to the truck. So on and so forth. There's a lot more goes into that than just being able to say, hey, this is going to be a good upgrade turbo for you. And it's all relative to what you're doing with the truck. Somebody on there said that I wish there was a way to make you louder. The guys in the shop will probably disagree with you on that, but I'll try to speak up a little bit. Does a 2006 Dodge 3500 carrier bearing have much pressure on it, or is it strictly for keeping the drive shaft in position? Mine has little play. So most carrier bearings that you're going to deal with, as far as on the outside of them, they're going to have a rubber shroud or are going to be encased in rubber. That's a terrible way of explaining it, but you'll notice that. So it's going to have play in it there. The play that you don't want in the carrier bearing is in the spline part of it itself, the actual bearing part of it. If you've got play inside of there, that's where you're going to have drive shaft flop. The drive shaft flop is going to take the rest of the carrier bearing out. La 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 la.
Nobody's talking sports, man.
Nobody's talking sports. They usually don't. They don't like sports. Only a few people that get on here and get to razzing with us about Kentucky football, and that's always good.
Yes.
Aha. Upgraded fuel system for a 97.73. Faster air dog, either one. The fastest and the air dogs are actually designed to be used with a 99.5 and up 7.3 trucks. You will have to modify them to work inside the switcher valve on the 7.3s. Below this, it says it's Ford Cummins. So if it's Ford Cummins inside of a 7.3, it doesn't matter what you use at that point. You want to make sure that you match the pump for the injection pump for the Cummins. So if it's a 98 to 02 motor, you want to get the 98 to 02 fast kit or air dog kit, whichever one you go with.
Adam has a great question.
Adam does. What's Adam's question?
Miss me.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. No, Burnett's doing a good job. 0159 Cummins P pump. Then you'll want to do the 7100 kit. Anything for the for 94 to 98 Dodges, you want to make sure you get the 50 psi kits. Here we go. Is synthetic oil better or regular oil? Amsoil or Rotella T? I'm a Dino oil guy. Anything that comes from the earth to the earth that shall return or whatever it is. If you want to do a synthetic oil, that's fine too. Obviously, synthetic oils have got plenty of attributes on paper that make them look better than natural oil. I'm a change the oil at 5,000 mile kind of guy. I'm not a big proponent of leaving oil in an engine for 10 or 15 or 20,000 miles. I just don't see that in today's world as being a good thing. So Rotella, Dello, change oil every 5,000 miles, change your filter, and roll on with it.
Like Steven's question, what made you get into diesels and what's the most challenging?
I found this job because I bought a Duramax, an 01 Duramax with a blown head gasket, and Dennis Craig, the owner of this company, I met him through a mutual friend of ours. He and I put a head gasket in my truck. Basically used his shop. He offered me a job because the phone was ringing, and we used to actually work on trucks and have the phone hanging off our hip, and we'd be turning wrenches the whole time. So that's kind of how I got into this. I've got a little bit of background in it. I did a manufacturing, quality engineering internship with Honeywell, TP5 valves and high-speed aluminum machining. I did that while I was in college, so I kind of had a little bit of a background in the heavy-duty market. I've been around diesels all my life, farming and stuff too. So I've said this before, but I got this is my dream job. I enjoy what I do. I truly enjoy what I do. Thank you for asking that.
Now you have your own office.
Yeah, now I got my own office. 2001 Dodge 2500. Never been on a dyno. I have a Juice with Attitude and a Smarty. What would you suggest for best numbers? 63 millimeter Cheetah, 125 horsepower sticks. Juice with Attitude and Smarty. Everything cranked all the way up. Smarty, if you've got it on Revo, level 9. You'll have to play with the Smarty to get your timing and your duration the way that you're going to want it. I don't know exactly which Smarty setup that you've got. You just got to play with it. It really is. Whatever feels good to you and seat is going to do the best on the dyno as well. So, CDU pants feel is going to do best on the dyno. There you go. 63 millimeter charger. You're going to want a little bit of a load on the dyno too. So make sure you're running on a dyno that's loading a little bit more than just road load. Are you allowing 3-inch smoothbore chargers in the 2.6 class this year since they have changed the rules to allow it in pulling? No, I'm staying with fixed 2.6 on the charger. It's got to plug 2.6. It has to plug 2.6 on the inducer. How much is average rebuild cost with machine work for an 0759? That's a really good question. It depends on what machinist that you use and what you actually have done and what's done with your block. My guess, if your machinist has to just go in and do a little bit of light honing, get everything cleaned up, don't have a lot of crank work done. Just depending on what has to be done as far as your valve train. It depends. It's different in different parts of the country. It could be anywhere between $750 to $1,700. The amount of machine work that you have to have done is going to be relative to what the machine work is going to cost. I know that's an awful answer, but that's the truth. You just got to drop it off to the man, and I would at the very bare minimum set aside $2,000, to have it in cash to go pay the man. There you go. Should you always change both filters on the AirDog 165? Some say the water separator is not always a necessity. I think the water separator is the biggest necessity out of it, because it's the one that's got the damn water that's inside of it. You'll get rust, it'll cake up inside the bottom. I think it's always important to change the water separator. I think you change them both all the time, same time. It's $40. It's $40 to change both the filters. That's going to be. I'd rather pay the $40 than $4,000 for a fuel system, injection pump, and injector. So you definitely always want to change both those filters. That's a good question. Thank you for asking that. How do you feel about Redline boxes with stock injection pump and 150 injectors? Badass, right? No, it's not badass. It's not even in the ballpark of badass, but thank you for asking. And to the guy that sold one of our guys that Redline box, it's gonna be hot where you go. All right, so. That's it. That's all we got right now, right?
I think so.
That's it.
Or at least my phone's not caught up.
Mine, I don't get the. I can't see what you're seeing as far as the names and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just blind answering it. After installing bigger injectors in a TS6 position on a 9773, should I upgrade my HPOP, and also should I get my chip flash for those injectors specifically? Okay, two things going on there. Number one, yes, absolutely. If you've done bigger injectors, even if you're stock injectors with a TS chip, the 140 horsepower tune, the duration that it's asking for inside of that tune, you're going to want to upgrade your high pressure oil pump anyway. We carry Adrenaline. That's the one I suggest. Diesel Sight makes a really good product. Definitely go with the Adrenaline pump. Now, bigger injectors. Just depending on the manufacturer of the injectors. If they say that you need tuning, then you need tuning. If they can provide you with the tuning, even better. Swamps is an example. We carry Swamps. Swamps will provide you with the tuning. We will do the chip burn. If you already got a TS chip, you can buy a TS chip with it from us, directly with Swamp tuning, so on and so forth. That will all depend on what the injector manufacturer wants you to do with the trucks. What are the best injectors to run in a compound setup? It's a HX35 over a 73mm cat turbo. That's awesome. Good job, man. Like I said in the earlier comments, the 0159 Cummins P pump. All right, sorry about that. I had your comments mixed in with the guy that was talking about the 7.3. The fuel system on the 7.3, so I apologize for that. That's going to be another one thing. That's going to be the seat of the pants thing. I don't know how you got your wastegates tuned in. So it's going to depend on what you're going to need. I would think that at that size setup, you take HX35 as your base charger. The favorite injector for an HX35 frame turbo is about a 100 horsepower injector. They love that. That I think will get you where you need to be. 73mm cat turbo is a monster. Are you going to be able to stay on top of it once it's lit? I don't know. The good thing about your truck is it's going to be fairly cheap to change out injectors and go through, change into more stuff. I would say 150 horsepower to start out with baseline for sure. You didn't tell me whether it's a stock VP. If it's a stock VP, for sure 150 horsepower injectors. 6.7 Ford. I saw they're having an intercooler boot problem. Have you seen many of them wondering if I should place in the right of May? I haven't seen that a lot just yet on the 6.7s. Our test truck has not blown a boot at all. We have not had a boot come off of it, so far so good on it. What are the best initial mods to do on a 2016 6.7 Cummins for preventative maintenance in the future? I would start out with a Air Dog or a Smarty system, fuel system. I think that's going to be the best thing for you starting out. If it's a manual shift, if it's a standard shift transmission, go on and put a clutch in it. You're going to have to anyway. Any of the PCV reroute kits that are out there, anything that won't affect your warranty as it is right now. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just a lift pump is going to be the best one. What do you think of traction bars and any opinion on the different brand? No, I think traction bars have become a thing of just style right now. I think it's all for looks. Obviously traction bars help if they're using the right application, but I don't think people care about that because they just want traction bars on their truck so they can ride around and say, hell, I got traction bars, look at me. Oh my goodness. And I've lowered my truck 3 inches and I've got 50-inch wide tires and blown skin and it looks like shit, and I think the whole trend is awful. And I'm sorry to anybody that's watching this if I've offended you. I didn't mean to offend you. I just don't like the style of trucks in today's world. That's all I got to say about that. All right, 0560 bulletproof and exhaust and cold air intake and Banks tuner. What is best mods to go with? Well, as far as mods go, you've really done everything there. The big three that we always ask for: tuner, exhaust, intake. What do you want to do next, and what are your plans for the truck? You want more horsepower out of the truck, or are you wanting what do you want? Better drivability. I don't know exactly what you're wanting. Best mod to go with if you're ready to make the step from roughly 400 horsepower to 500 horsepower. My suggestion then is going to be a turbo upgrade and probably injector upgrade as well. New 2016 Cummins must-dos, mods, deletes, and programmers. Well, stay with your warranty right now. Once your warranty runs out or whenever you're tired of your warranty, the world's going to be your oyster. You can do whatever you want to. I would start out with a fuel pump like we were telling the other guy.
Best LB7 injectors.
Best LB7 injectors. Bosch OE. In any of the a lot of people don't understand that the bigger companies like DDP and Industrial Injection and so on and so forth, if they are using Bosch bodies. In fact, the guys that are doing Reedmans, the D-Tech and Bostech, and so those guys are starting out on Bosch body, but they're using different components. The other guys, DDP, Industrial, so on and so forth, they use more Bosch components than the other ones do. So that's a good thing. I would try to stay with one of the two that's using Bosch OE components. What are you laughing at, man? What is it? Cade, what do you say?
Wish you could do one of these from the deer stands.
Yeah.
Shake my head.
Yeah. Thoroughbred going to any 4-wheel Jambo? No, we're not. We've been up there the last 2 or 3 years. We're not going up. I was just checking in. Did you go hunting this past weekend? Dove hunted. I killed one. I killed 2. Couldn't find one. I should have been in a deer stand. What's a good upgrade turbo? 4.5 Cummins. I answered that. Upgrade fuel system. Hell yeah, I agree with your opinion on today's trucks. Thank you. You're a good American. Go Seahawks. I think so. I'm not an NFL guy, but if you're cheering for the damn Seahawks, I'm cheering for the damn Seahawks too, for sure. Aftermarket, 4 Cummins. Thanks. Best LB7 injector. Spread on the Florida game. Cats by 90. You got it. Cats by 90. Cats. Oh, crap. I tell you what. If anybody wants to give me some action on the Cats, I'll take the Cats, but I'm going to need a 4-touchdown spread. Anybody wants in on that, holler at me. I'll be here at the office all day today. 2001, 5'9" Cummins P-Pump. Do it. I wish there was a way to make you louder. I've already said that. Are you shelving 5'9" Cummins or oversized boring? Are you sleeving 5'9" Cummins or oversized boring? Depends on what's wrong with the block, what you need done. Which one of me's the deer stand? Shaking my head. Shaking my head. I guess we can talk about the sleeve 5'9" Cummins or overboard size. Depends on what you want to do there. Again, what you've got going on with your truck. You know, I always like to live by the old credo. There's no replacement for displacement. So I mean, I say punch it out. Put a little bit bigger piston in it, whatever. Again, that probably will go into what you want to do with the truck. So if you want to keep stock displacement, then go ahead and sleeve it. What's the most challenging part about the diesel? The guy that asked what made you get into diesels and what is the most challenging? The most challenging part of it is keeping up with the trends. Stuff changes all the time. A lot of times the changes now are made by smaller companies, guys that are doing this in their basement, just really talented people. But really talented people that are in their basement and they come up with an idea and they get out of something, and it usually starts on the forum, and only the guys that are on the forums have got access to it. Then a lot of these companies will come out and they'll come out with something simpler to it, or maybe they'll buy the patent on it, so on and so forth. By the time that hits into mainstream parts distribution, it's already been out for a couple of years. So staying on top of that kind of stuff, that's probably the most challenging thing for me. My favorite part of the job, I like it as technical and as new as it possibly can be. But I also love the old mechanical ag stuff, man. Anytime a guy calls with a tractor question or something like that, I'm all over it. I want to be as involved in that as I possibly can. But that's JT's department. Case by 90.
What's up?
Yeah.
Wicked Wheels opinion?
What do you want to do with the truck? You are definitely going to get an increase in airflow in the sweet spot of the turbo. So wherever the truck makes its most power, and that's another thing as far as dyno tuning goes. When you're looking at a truck does not make its most horsepower at its top speed and wide open throttle, so on and so forth. There's a sweet spot in every truck that's going to make it. It's going to make it in its 1-to-1 drive gear at a certain power band. That's going to be your best horsepower to torque ratio, and that is the sweet spot of the truck. The good thing about the Wicked Wheel is that's where it comes in, because it's not going to actually increase your boost pressure. It's going to help you move more air. By helping you move more air, you're going to get probably a little bit of a pressure decrease, 2 to 3 psi. So we get a lot of guys that buy a Wicked Wheel and they'll call and they'll say, "Hey, I was running 52 pounds before, now I'm running 50. Does the truck feel stronger?" Well, yeah, it feels stronger. You know, you're not making your most horsepower there anyway. Yeah, it's definitely, if it's an easy truck to work on, if it's a truck that's it's easy to get to, 7.3s, Cummins, so on and so forth, absolutely do a Wicked Wheel. If it's one of the more harder trucks to get to, you're going to get a performance upgrade for it. Be prepared for the fact that it's going to take you several hours to get the turbo off the truck. Might be better off just going and do a full drop-in upgrade turbo. I'm trying, man.
Hey, you're good. See one here. Is there a difference in strength between 89, 91, 12 valve rods and later models?
That's a good question. I thought it was the same part number. Is it not? Both the rods are bulletproof, especially if you send them off and have them shot peened. Anyway, yeah, I don't know that it's the same part number. I think that's a good rod. 94, 97 rod or 94, 98 rod is obviously the one for sure that you can say. I don't think that there's a strength difference between the two. If there is, tell me. If somebody knows that, tell me, because I don't know. Oh, yeah. My little buddy Wes just sent me a message here. Want to let you guys know, CP3s, if you've got cores, we will buy them right now. We would love to buy your CP3 cores. If you've got them, you Chevrolet and Dodge guys, give us a call. We'll discuss pricing with you. We'd love to buy your cores. We'll also buy VP44 cores right now. We're in the VP44 core market, so if you've got some VP44 cores that you want to sell, if you've got one sitting on your workbench, it's not doing you any good, sell it to us so we can send it out back into the diesel world and it can go out to further spreading diesel happiness. Same thing with CP3s. We need the CP3 cores bad. If you got one, you want to sell it, give me a call. I want to buy it from you. Thank you. Tradio. Yep, that's exactly right. If you guys got some chickens to sell, we will buy your chickens too. We will trade for coon hounds. We will not buy coon hounds. We do not rent pigs, and we do not buy coon hounds, but we will trade for hounds.
Any Dino news? Dino Day news?
We're ready. Let's go. Do it.
2 days.
Yep. How many days? 22? Shit. It's time for Dino Day, isn't it? Okay. Let's have a Dino Day. It's 3:30. Should we keep going?
You're the boss.
What's the any other questions?
Let's see. What is a brake caliper?
What is it?
What is a brake caliper?
What is a brake caliper? A brake caliper. Okay. So on disc brake vehicles, a brake caliper is is actually the device that holds the brake pads in. So, yeah. If you need a brake caliper, buy one. I just got somebody just put up a mad damn thing. What's the mad one? Hunter Maines? Hunter Maines, what are you mad about, bro? Are you mad, bro?
Stays mad.
He stays mad. Okay.
It's a girl that asked a question on here.
Perfect. All right. Well, I guess that's all we got.
Free gift?
Oh shit! Free gift time. Let's see. Who is going to get the free gift today? Who's going to give the free gift today?
Definitely not Hunter.
No, hell no, not Hunter. Burnett. Pick one of those guys. Just take the phone, swipe it through, and then whatever it stops on in the middle, that's who gets it.
Steven Nelson.
Steven Nelson. You got a rock slide kit, Steven Nelson. Congratulations, man. What did Steven Nelson ask us about?
What made you get into diesels?
Oh, hey, yeah, that's a good question. Okay. So you get some hand wipes in your bag. I don't know why the hell they put those in there. This is some sort of lip balm that we have not used. A little business car holder. It's kind of like a little model truck and it folds out. It's pretty cool. Frisbee. You're getting a Frisbee. You're getting a rock slide koozie. A Chewy granola bar. I don't know what the hell that's out. Yeah, we might not send that to you, man, because you don't want to get that and get sick. And some information on Rock Slide. So thank you to Rock Slide for sending that to us. And we are going to send that to Steve. We will get it in the mail today.
Don't forget the bag.
Yeah, and the bag's coming to you too. So if you don't care, send us a message at Thoroughbred Diesel. Get us your address, and we'll get that out to you, man. So thanks for watching. Adam always says, say bye, Wade. So bye, Wade.
Bye, Wade.